On October 18, 2025, millions of Americans across all 50 states took to the streets in the so-called No Kings protests, a massive nationwide demonstration against perceived authoritarianism and threats to democratic norms. This episode explores what these protests signal about freedom, power, and responsibility, how Christians should respond, and what biblical truths anchor believers when cultural storms rise. Good evening, I'm Malik Jordan. Across America today, millions joined rallies under one striking banner, No Kings. Not a reference to monarchy, but a message. We will not bow to unchecked power. When societies protest en masse, it's more than political, it's spiritual. Because freedom isn't just a civic right, it's a godly heritage. Tonight we ask, what happens when democracy trembles? What's a Christian's role when the crowd demands power be accountable? And where does true freedom come from if not from the King of Kings? The October 18th protests, over 2,500 events in all 50 states, are a moment of national intensity. People rallying against perceived overreach, militarization, and the fear of one person rising above the rest. They chant, No Kings. But as believers, we ask a deeper question. Who holds the real crown? Not the president, not any earthly throne, but Christ alone. In the Psalms we read, the earth is the Lord's and all that is in it. Power is God's domain, not ours. But when humans grab it, the pattern repeats. Oppression, fear, division. Remember the story of Naboth's vineyard. The king wanted the land, the people whispered yes, and a prophet thundered, No Kings. Today we must ask, are we resisting tyranny or slipping into our own? Because when power is unchecked, even a democracy becomes a crown of thorns. As believers, we live in two kingdoms, earthly governments and the kingdom of God. So our response must transcend slogans. Here are three practical paths. Stand for truth, not party. Our loyalty is first to Christ, not to any ideology. Love the neighbor, though we disagree. The protest line is not a wall of segregation, it must be a bridge for grace. Live free, not fearful. True freedom is not the absence of rulers, it's the rule of Christ in our hearts, because freedom surrendered to flesh becomes license. But freedom anchored in God becomes service. Crowds disperse, loud voices fade, but the voice of the Lord remains. In Revelation we read, He who overcomes will inherit all things. Christian, you're not called to chase hashtags. You're called to hold the gospel. When society screams, No Kings, we answer, Yes, King, the King who humbles, serves, and gives life. When systems crack, when protests boil over, remember, our peace comes not from the loudest chant, but from the quiet trust in Jehovah. I'm Malik Jordan. This has been Special Reports. Stand firm, stand free. Thank you for watching.